Namaskaram. Welcome to the 29th episode of the series Mother Earth Speaks to Corporates. Today we are going to discuss the 28th Pasuram. In the last verse, we discussed about the support systems that the Sri Andalan team wanted from Lord Krishna and got them. And Lord Krishna is asking, now that you have got all the support systems, you are likely to get the final mission completed. So, what is that you want? And what do you think is your qualification? You had been asking me. So, what is the qualification that you have that you can seek me in the final end? So, Andar replies. This is the meaning of this Pasuram. This Pasuram and the next Pasuram are considered to be the second mantra of the three mantras in the Vaishnavite Sampradaya, which is Dvayam, which goes like this: Sriman Narayano Sarano Saranam Prabhati Srimade Narayanamaha. So, this Pasuram talks about the first line, which is the means. The second line is described in the next Pasuram, which is 29th, which is the end. So, she talks about the means as well as the end. This is about surrender. So, we will listen to the song in the beautiful raga Kambodi. Kambodi is a raga which is the derivative of the 20th Melakarta raga Hari Kambodi. And the unique characteristics of this raga is it's very it represents jubilation. It reflects devotional fervor, and it also reflects the courage. One small connection, though not authenticated. This verse is talking about the surrender. Ravana, who was an exponent in music, especially the Samaveta, was requesting some boons from Lord Shiva and doing a penance. And the final stage, he gave a song in this raga Kambodi. So there is a connection of the surrender in this verse as well. So now Andal is going to describe this. So let us hear to the song.
கரவைகள் பின்சென்று கானம் செய்துள்வோ கரவைகள் பின்சென்று கானம் செய்துள்வோ அறிவோன்றோ இல்லாத ஆய்குலத்து உடனை அறிவோன்றோ இல்லாத ஆய்குலத்து உடனை பிறவி பெரும் பிறவி பேருந்தனை புண்ணியோ யாமுடையோ குறைவொன்றோ இல்லாத கோவிந்த உந்தனோடு குறைவொன்றோ go ஒழியாது அறியாத பிள்ளைகளோ அன்பினால் உள்தலை அறியாத பிள்ளைகளோ அன்பினால் உள்தலை சிறு பேரழை சிறி அருளாதே சிறு பேரழை தனவோ சிறி அருளாதே இறைவா நீ தாராய் பரையேலோ பாவாய் சிறு பேரழை தனவோ சிறி அருளாதே இறைவா நீ தாராய் பரையேலோ பாவாய்
So the song you have heard. So we'll get into some details as to what it means. So when Lord Krishna is asking what qualification you have, so it is said that you must have the karma, jnana and bhakti to attain salvation. So what is that you have? So Andal is saying, Lord, oh Lord, you know us. We are girls in the cowherd clan. Our daily job, our karma is that we have to follow the buffaloes, cows and calves as they go to graze the green grass in the forest. So that's our routine job. So as they graze the grass, we also eat our food which is carried in the morning. That's our daily routine, and we come back in the evening along with the cows. So what kind of knowledge that we can gain when our karma is like this? And you know it. You are at a very, very supreme level and we are at a very low level. You are the person who should take us. If you don't take us, how can you consider yourself complete? So you have no choice but to grant us what we want, which is you. So Kanna says, okay, so tell me more about. So she says, Kandal says, but we have one biggest qualification. What is the biggest qualification? That you are with us. You are a person with no blemish at all, absolutely no blemish. And it's our honor that you are living with us. That itself is a biggest qualification. And it is explained in the first 4 lines. Karavagal pinsendu kanam sendu unbom. This is our daily routine. Arivu onnumillada aaykollathu. So we don't have any knowledge because we have no time. We never had time to gain any knowledge. But the qualification that we have is described in this line is Undanne Perivi Perindane Punyam Yamudiyum. That you are born in our clan or you are moving in our clan and chatting with us and playing with us. That itself is a great qualification. And who are you? You are the person with no blemish. Kure onnumillada Govinda. Govinda has a very, very significant impact. And you are not happy that we did not call you by this name and we were calling you by all other names, which is the mistake that we realize. We also realized that we had been calling you with various other names without knowing that this is the name that you prefer and like the most. We had been calling you Narayana, Param, Paraman, Mayan, etc., etc., etc. Probably that did not appeal to you. This is the name that appeals to you. So we have corrected that small blemish that we had from yesterday. Yesterday also we called you as Govinda. Today also we are calling you as Govinda. Tomorrow also we will call you the next pasaram also. So that is going to be our approach from now onwards. And the other one that we would like to say is, our bondage is such that we cannot be separated. So there is another reason that you have to give us the thing that we require, which is you. You have to give your own selves to us. So because the bondage is not possible to be separated. I can quote 9 examples of in the bond which cannot be separated. So let me list out. Number 1, the parent and the child. Number 2, the protector and the protected. Number 3 is the master and servant. Number 4 is the husband and the spouse. Number 5, the goal and the goal seeker. The owner and the possession. The supporter and the supportee. The person and the body. The enjoyer and the enjoyed. These are all the 9 examples that I can give you. That means, we cannot be separated at any point of time. Ariyada Pillagalom, we were not having very high knowledge. That's why I had been calling you by different names. Don't get angry. You showed some anger that we did not call you by that name. Don't continue to have that anger. So remove that anger and give us what we want. So we want that parai, you give us the parai. So Kannan is asking, you are saying parai. I gave you one parai last, which you took the drum. No, that's a different parai. This is a different parai. So tell me more about it. So we will tell you at the appropriate time, which is possibly tomorrow. We will explain more. That's how the whole thing ends. These 2 verses, the 28th and 29th, are very important in the Vaishnava Sampradaya and tradition. They consider this as the most important verses. As I said, this is talking about the surrender, the Dvayam. The 28th is about the first line, the 29th is about the second line. Swami Desikan is giving another perspective to this verse, which is his most important verse, which is about surrender. So Swami Desikan says, from numbers 1 to 9, you can relate this verse to any of those numbers. How? Number 1, it is unparalleled. This is the first of everything. So the number 1. Number 2, this Dvayam is called 2 because it has got 2 lines. So it is called Dvayam number 2. Number 3, there are 3 parts of the mantra. So this is another connection we can link. Number 4, out of the 4 Purusharthas, this is the 4th moksha. So it can connect to the 4. Number 5, it's a reflection of the Artha Panchaka, which we have discussed in the earlier verse, when I talked of the Daniyan of the Alvar, Nammalvar, which is Mikka Iyare Inaliyum, Meyyam Uiranaliyum, Takkanariyum, Tadayagi Tukilum, Ulvaniyum, Valvaniyum, Modum Gurigon, Yadinise Vedatiyal. This is the Daniyan which I explained. The desired state, the acid state, the enablers that will take me to the desired state, the stallers that will prevent me from going there, and the process I should follow to manage all these enablers, stallers, and reach the goal. This is Artha Panchaka, which we discussed in one of our earlier episodes. Number 6 is the 6 syllables of the mantra. Number 7, it has got so much of power, the power of the 7 C's. And the 8th one, this Dvaya, is the expansion of the first mantra out of the 3 seekers, 3 mantras. The first mantra is Tirumantra, which has got 8 aksharas, 8 letters. So it is connecting to the 8th. This is a Shanti related verse. So the 9th, number 9 is representing the 9th attribute of the Navarasa, which is the Shanti. Very well connected by Swami Desikan. Now let us look into the connection to the corporate. So the first line says, Karavegal Pensen Ganam Ariyundumiladu Aikulat. It goes like that. But I am not going line by line. I am just giving a gist of the 7 points that we can pick up out of the verse. Number 1, there is a goal, which is the end. There is a means to achieve the end. Both are important. There must be a goal clarity and there must be a process clarity. If both are there, the success of mission is assured. Number 2 thought we can generate out of this is our knowledge level. We are all busy with our everyday routine, mundane work. And quite a number of people say that I have no time to develop, I don't have time to read, etc., etc. Their knowledge becomes very, very narrow, which cannot be the case. So, Sri Andal was not very happy about sharing with Lord Krishna, saying that we have no knowledge because our karma prevents us from having more knowledge, because our routine work is like that. So, we cannot take that line, we can have a different line. We will have to find time to expand our knowledge base. And when we come to the bondage, there is a bondage between us and the organization which provides the livelihood for us. It cannot be separated. Organizations may be different, but the bond, once we attach ourselves to the organization, our bond is not easily separatable. We cannot separate that. And as I explained earlier, there are the 9 examples that are given, like a parent, child, master and servant, etc., etc. The list is I have already discussed. Again, I am putting it as a slide for you to go through. Sometimes we take things for granted because we are close to the person with whom we are working, we are associated, and we love him so much, we have got so much affection, mutual. So in the process, we might slip up here and there. So that we should be watchful of that. And whenever you accept the mistake, seek pardon and correct them, your value goes up, your reputation goes up. Good things must be done without fail. If you have missed the time deadline, do it later, but you must do it. There is a saying, no, better late than never. Sri Andal says, we never knew that you like the name Govinda. So we have served 26 pasurams without that name. When we said the 27th, you are happy. So which we didn't know. So it is late, but please accept our apologies. Don't punish us. Don't get angry. Today also we have talked to you about Govinda. So likewise, better late than never. Do it. And Andal says, when Kannani is asking, what is that parai? Explain. She says, wait, I'll tell you at the appropriate time. Maybe tomorrow it could be that. So likewise, how we can connect it to the corporate? We want to get an important decision from our seniors or from board or from an individual who is at the highest level of the hierarchy. So we find what is the best time that we can put the proposal. What will be the conducive time that he is in a mood to listen to us, he is receptive, not having any other thought in his mind, and he is not going to pick holes in this. Everything has to be carefully done. And then at the right time and the right place, if you present it, then the chances are very, very high that your proposal will get accepted. And this Pasuram talks about surrender. So, 2 things that comes to mind is, one is there is no harm in surrendering to people as a tactical ploy. When it is required, surrender. So, it always is a beneficial way of managing things around. And another thought comes to the mind is, in one of the earlier verses we also said, play dumb in the company of seniors, which will help you to gain more knowledge. You don't have to explicitly say that I have no knowledge, but keep quiet. They will add value to whatever knowledge that you have. So we have picked up a lot of points out of this verse, and I hope they are all relating to the current life, personal as well as a professional. And this is important because it impacts our personal, professional and spiritual life, all these points. Grab these points and put them into some practice. So till we meet tomorrow for the penultimate Pasuram, which is the 20th Pasuram, which is talking about the end, and the 30th is about celebration of what we have achieved. So tomorrow is another important discussion. So we will meet till then. Namaskaram.